Here we go.
Right. Looks like we are live here. And it looks like we are
Okay.
live there. So it looks like we are live everywhere. So I'm sinking in
Hello.
my chair. That's lovely. All right.
Oh.
Okay. This is going to be a day. All right. So hello and welcome to everyone who's watching. Damn it! All right. Tries to get hello and welcome to everyone who is watching the Written in Melanin channel wherever this day may have found you. I'm so glad that you are here. My name is Chelsea, better known as CM Lockhart, and I'm here as always with Audra Russell. And today, you guys, we are here to bring some melanin to your pages. So this
Yes.
week this week, you guys, is the melanin awareness, what is the word, episode,
Day.
day,
Episode. Book roundup.
what she said. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I'm forewarning y'all, I've had like 2 hours sleep.
Yeah, and I'm still tired from my relatives visiting, so this is a very tired chat. So who knows where this is gonna go? Also, for you guys who are watching this, want to let you guys know that today there is no after chat, so be prepared for that. But that should not stop you from signing up for the Patreon and supporting Black authors. So do that anyway. There's a link down in the description box below. All right. that being
Red.
that being said, Benjamin is here. He was actually first today, so whoop whoop, go Ben. Author DL White.
Altering the rules. I was first. I just forgot to put it in, but Ben making up rules and stuff.
Well, I mean,
Since I'm a host, I can't be first no more. So whatever, Ben. Whatever.
you do get to be on screen, so I feel like it's a fair rule.
Listen. No, Chelsea. We are a united front, girl.
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Um,
Go ahead.
Ashley is here. Simone is here. Miss Woman of Color Reader is here. Camille is here. Hello, you guys. So glad you could make it. Glad y'all came to hang out with us. And today's going to be fun. And if you didn't peep the title, we are sharing books in the thriller, suspense, and mystery genre for you guys today. Of course, all by Black authors, because that's what we do around these parts. And most, if not all, of these books are going to be able to be found in the Melanin Library. I realized as I was putting together this list that a lot of them are not in the library, so that will be corrected in the very near future. So if you're one of the authors that Audra told me about this week, check back on go to the Melanin Library and check back probably next week sometime to see if your book has been added, because that's what we're going to be working on. Just throwing that
Hey,
out there.
Jean. Jean's here. She's one of the authors I'm highlighting today.
Hey,
Blackwater
girl!
Tales. Hey, girl.
I follow
How
you on
doing?
Instagram. I've never talked to you though. Hi, welcome to the chat. I comment on your videos sometimes. They're great. I love your little reels. They're fantastic.
Right? Aren't they funny?
Yes.
She be cracking me up.
So if you guys are not following John Nicole Rivers on Instagram, you should, because her reels are great. So yeah, and also read her book. We're going to be talking about that today.
Yes.
Yes. So that being said, Audra, do you want to kick it off? I know her book is on your list, so you can just kick it off there.
Yes. Okay, so what we gonna do is I'm gonna give y'all a little mystery history, okay? Because before there was Walter Mosley, before there was Barbara Neely, before there were all these people, there were Black authors who were writing mystery and science fiction. So Rudolph Fisher, who was born in 1897, died in 1934, he was said to have written the first African-American crime/detective novel, okay? And it's called The Conjure Man Dies, a Harlem mystery. Of course I have it.
Of course she has it. I love how whenever she mentions a book, she just casually reaches over, like she's just like on camera, off screen somewhere, like on television,
Listen.
and there's just like a person there handing her the book. Like, I love
Like,
that.
I have all the books that I'm mentioning today, but I do not have room for them all, so I'm just bringing in the ones that are like from the history part. But that book it says, when the body of Ngana Frimbo, the African conjure man, is discovered in his consultation room, Perry Dart, one of Harlem's 10 Black police detectives, is called in to investigate. Together with Dr. Archer, a physician from across the street, Dart is determined to solve the baffling mystery, helped and hindered by Bubber Brown and Jinx Jenkins, local boys keen to clear themselves of suspicion of murder and undertake their own investigations. So he's like really big, like he was the first. That's Rudolph Fisher. And then there's Pauline Hopkins, who she was born in 1859, died in 1930. She has
I don't know what just
a
happened.
book called Of One Blood.
Hold on. No, it's just Discord, you guys. Apparently we're still live, but Discord decided to be a butt and do whatever it wanted to do. So, you know, today is a day, you guys. I am trying so hard to be politically correct, but like, my word, it's been a day.
So that's Pauline Hopkins. And okay, she's coming back. There she is.
Hi, you guys.
Da-da-da. Yes. So Pauline Hopkins wrote Of One Blood, and like I said, Talma Gordon, the short story. And then there is also a Jamaican author named W. Adolph Roberts, who was born in 1886. There's only one copy of his book. It's called The Haunting Hand, that I found on Amazon. It's like $170. But he also, like I said, he wrote...
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, $170. Apparently it was like not in print for very long. So, you know, I've been trying to search other places, but I have not found anything. And then, of course, we have... Oh, and this is Pauline Hopkins' book. So this one is called... It's the magazine novels, and this is actually a compilation of 3 of her stories, and Of One Blood is in here. And she also has another really good story called Hagar's Daughter. Mm-hmm. So that's in there. And then I don't have The Haunting Hand, obviously, but Chester Himes is also a very, very, very big author. And he actually wrote a lot of his work while he was in jail for armed robbery. And he has a Harlem Domestic series. And in order, I don't have them all because I didn't want to buy them all until I read the first one. But this is the first one, A Rage in Harlem. Mm-hmm. But there's a whole series, and it's A Rage in Harlem, and this is in order. The Real Cool Killers, The Crazy Kill, Cotton Comes to Harlem, The Heat's On, and Blind Man with a Pistol. And there's like a really, really, really good biography book about him and his life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty thick, but it's Chester B. Himes, and it's by Lawrence P. Jackson, and it's like his whole life story, which I've always loved Chester Himes. I have like at least 4 of his other books on my shelf that are not part of the Harlem Mystery series, but he's really very interesting. And then while I was researching for this show, I found a book called Spooks, Spies, and Private Eyes, and it's Black mystery, crime, and suspense fiction of the 20th century. Mm-hmm. And the intro alone is worth reading because she talks about the history of of blacks in mystery and crime and stuff like that. And then the book is actually excerpts from almost all the books that I talked about today.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, so you can sample. I like it because you can sample the different writing without buying the whole book. So it's like getting a whole bunch of books in one, but it's not the whole book. It's like a little snippet, but you can at least sample how the authors, write. Yeah. And then there is a woman, Dr. Frankie Bailey, and her website is Frankie Y Bailey, and it's FrankieBailey.com. She's actually a professor at SUNY Albany, and she's in the Criminal Justice Department. And she wrote a book called African American Mystery Writers, a Historical and Thematic Study. And then she also wrote another one called Out of the Woodpile, Black Characters in Crime and Detective Fiction. And it's like a socio-historical study of the evolution of black detectives and other black characters in crime and detective novels. So, and if anybody wants this, just hit us up in the Discord, and I will print out the list so that everybody can have it. But I thought that was really cool because people always want to think that black people haven't been around, like, no shade, but they think like Toni Morrison and Alice Walker and Walter Mosley and all these people are like the first. And there is even Samuel R. Delany, who I have one of his books out there. He's science fiction, but he wrote science fiction before there was even Journey to the Center of the Earth. Like, he was writing science fiction before anybody else was. So we've been here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we've been writing in all these different genres. So that's why I felt it was just important to share that little bit of history there, because I wanted to let y'all know we've been doing this thing for a while.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Who was I talking to? I was talking to Neeks earlier, and if you guys don't know her, Neeks was on the channel a couple of weeks ago while Audra was off, and she's a booktuber on YouTube, and she's also a writer. But I was talking to her earlier today, and we were just talking about how, like, Black people have been around for so long because, you know, lately with this push, people are talking about how they are so tired of reading the same stories. And she was talking about how she followed people on TikTok who are like, they're finally getting different stories because when they were a teenager or whatever, they just read the same stories over and over and over again, cute white stories over and over again. Mm-hmm. But now that they're reading different stories, their bookshelves are full of people of color. And she's just like, yeah, like, we've been here, we've been in this space, but it's just kind of like, if everybody's looking left and I'm over here on the right, then you're not going to see me. You know, doesn't mean I'm not here, doesn't mean I'm not making progress, doesn't mean I'm not adding value to this space. It just means that you're not paying attention to it. And just kind of like when a song gets sampled, right? And the song that song gets really popular and nobody knows that it's sampled from a previous song. It's like, no, this song is great because the original song was dope and we just leveled it up and we just brought it to a new audience. It's not creating something completely new, you know?
Exactly.
So same energy with books. It's just like, Black people have been in this space writing and creating, and people have been growing off of what we've been adding to the craft. But that doesn't mean that we weren't here doing the thing. It just means that you took what we were doing and I don't even say your own spin, but you took what we were doing and, you know, put your name on it. And now it's something different, but still been here, been doing the thing. So.
Right. And D.L. White said it was Rage in Harlem a movie. I know there was Harlem Nights or something like that with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. But I feel like Rage in Harlem was a movie, but I have to look that up.
Oh, I'm not sure.
So.
I can't help you. Like, I'm completely unknowledgeable in this situation. Like, y'all were listening to her give a history lesson. I was listening to her give a history lesson as well. So.
And hey, Portia. Hey, Reed Love. Listen, how y'all doing?
Yeah. Celeste is here. Hey, girl. How you doing?
Hey.
And Mickey just showed up. Glad to see you, ma'am. Glad you could make it. And
yes, A Rage in Harlem was a movie in 1991.
Huh.
Yes.
I wasn't around yet, so I had no way of knowing that.
Okay, you know what? It's not going to make me feel old on top of tired. Today, ma'am, we're not doing it.
No, like, literally when I hear movies and, like, songs and stuff, and people are like, how do you not know that? And I'm like, well, when did it come out? And they're like, oh, it came out in 92. Well, I wasn't here yet, so I have valid reason to not know of it.
Like, in 92, I was graduating from college.
In 92, I was 2 years away from being a thought.
See? Wow. See, it still just boggles. Y'all don't know this, but Chelsea is exactly 1 year older than my oldest son. They share the same birthday.
Yeah.
Like, the same birthday. So, it's always, because Chelsea's such an old soul, y'all. I feel like she's my age. She doesn't look 50 like I am, but I feel like she's my age. So every time she's like, I wasn't born yet, I'm like, the hell? Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Right.
I was born with the energy to yell at people to get off my lawn. That's who I am. So.
She did not say get off my lawn. I hate you so much. I told you, don't make me laugh today. I have literally had no sleep, y'all. If I'm punchy, look, I'm more punchy than normal. Like, for real.
She says that. So, but also, I don't know how to not be myself, so going to continue on. If you guys haven't liked the video, like the stream yet, go ahead and do that. It helps us out.
Yes, please.
So, I mean, it's the energy, right? Like, why are you talking to me? I'm so confused. And see, Celeste gets me. She's got the same energy.
Oh, I can't. Not today.
But all right. So some of these books, I'm going to run through these names and then I'm going to go back and give you the synopses for a couple of them because normally we continue this discussion in the after chat. But like I said earlier today, there is not going to be an after chat today today's an exception. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon anyway so that you can be there next week. Just saying. So the books that I've got today are actually shout out to D.L. White because she sent me this list because I think I mentioned this before when we talked about mysteries. That is not a genre that I'm super familiar with. Y'all know I like a good fantasy and a good romance. So D.L. White sent me the list, and if you guys are not, y'all should be following her. And you should be buying her books because she's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to make sure to leave her description in the below. I cannot talk. Okay. Leave her information in the description box below. How about I give you complete sentences? Okay. So.
40 Acres. I just saw 40 Acres. I have that book. Haven't read it yet, though.
I saw that one. So, okay. So I'm going to. Linear thoughts. Gonna tell you the names first. And then I'm going to tell you what I was thinking. Okay? So the books that D.L. White sent me, check her out, is The Three Mrs. Greys by Shelley Ellis, Killing Me Softly by Bianca Sloan, The Quiet Ones by Brandon Massey, the Holiday Shorts series by Nicole Rise. I think that's how you say her name. Every Reasonable Doubt by Pamela Samuels Young, Land of Shadows by Rachel Housel Hall, 40 Acres by Dwayne Alexander Smith, Infamous by Michelle Mitchell, Atlanta's Finest by Sharon Cooper, and Plan B series by Delaney Diamond. And some of those are series. So if you click on the link down in the description box below, it'll take you to the page for the entire series. So I don't know who does this. Maybe you're like a very chaotic person and you want to start at the end of the series. I don't know, but you can get all the books there. So those are affiliate links, though. I have to tell you guys that. So if you do click on it, it will help support Written in Melanin and the Melanin Library. However, you do not get charged anymore. So, support Black authors. Use affiliate links if you're going to get the books. If you change your mind later and you're not too sure, you can't find this exact video, you can always find the books on the Melanin Library. So there you go. But what I was going to tell you guys is when I was doing this research, I was like, ooh, what's this? When I saw 40 Acres. And so I was like, oh, okay. Let's see what this is about. Because it looks like, and I'm really superficial, you guys. I'm really superficial. I love a good book cover. But the book cover looks like a mystery novel, like a thriller suspense mystery novel. Like, it reminds me very much of the books that my mom used to have on the bookshelf at home. And so I was like, ooh, this one looks interesting. I have no idea what it's about. I just wanted to buy it because I like the cover and it made me nostalgic. So, anyway, synopses from the back of the book. Martin Gray, a smart, talented black lawyer working out of a storefront in Queens, becomes friendly with a group of some of the most powerful, wealthy, and esteemed black men in America. He's dazzled by what they've accomplished, and they seem to think he has the potential to be as successful as they are. They invite him for a weekend away from it all. No wives, no cell phones, no talk of business. But far from home and cut off from everyone he loves, he discovers a disturbing secret that challenges some of his deepest convictions. Martin finds out that his glittering new friends are part of a secret society dedicated to the preservation of the institution of slavery. But this time around, the black men are called master. Joining them seems to guarantee a future without limits. Rebuking them almost certainly guarantees his death. Trapped inside a picture-perfect, make-believe world that is home to a frightening reality, Martin must find a way out that will allow him to stay alive without becoming the very thing he hates. So.
Yes, and Jean Nicole just said that it's that Jay-Z, he is turning it into a movie. Yeah, so I can't wait to see that.
Okay, so I have opinions at this current moment in time about people making things into movies that's not original, because at this point I'm just like, baby, I want something new. And we were talking about this, but it's just like they're doing a remake of the Powerpuff Girls, and baby, if you have not been on Twitter, Powerpuff Girls was trending this morning. Click on it, read that script, cringe, and understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, okay? I do not want anything else that was originally something else, and you're respinning to me. I don't want no remixes. I don't want no redones, renews, facelifts, nothing. Give me something whole brand new. I want a baby, okay? Brand new, fresh out the womb, fresh out the thought process, okay? Like, that's what I'm looking for at this point. And you know what? I want a happy baby. I want something to be fun. I want something to be light. I want something to be enjoyable. I don't want everything to have a message. I'm so sick of everything having a message and making me feel things constantly. Like, I just want to watch something and laugh, you guys. Is that so bad?
You don't want to feel things.
I don't want to feel things. I feel things all the time. I'm tired. I'm tired. Just give me something lighthearted and slightly stupid that can make me laugh. Enjoyable. It has no messaging to it. It has no deeper meaning other than this character is indeed somewhat dumb, and what they're doing and the situations they get into are somewhat amusing. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Like, I would love to watch a show where nobody's having sex, where nobody's cheating on each other, where nobody's lying to each other, where they're all just having fun and getting into situations beyond their control. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Okay? But no, y'all want to give me dark stuff. Y'all want to give me pain and misery and trauma. And I'm just like, it's fine. It's good. Like, I'm good. Okay? I have Twitter for that. Thank you.
Woo! And Eva said that she wants a whole litter of happy babies. I'm tired with y'all.
That's all I'm asking for.
I want to see 40 Acres made into a movie because we already know my nickname. I'm not saying it again because we're not going down there.
Militant midget. That's what she calls herself.
No, that's what my family calls me.
I mean, militant midget. Where else are you going to hear that from, folks? Where else are you going to hear that from except the Melanin Chat? I'm just saying. But go ahead. I interrupted. I apologize.
Okay. So, I'm going to read my titles, and then I will read the first synopsis, and then I'll throw it back to Chelsea. So, my titles are, and I feel like I'm saying her name wrong now, because you said Jeanne, and I said Jean Nicole, and I had her on the show, and if I'm saying your name wrong, please, please, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But my books are Blackwater Tales by Jean Nicole Rivers. I have Hood Politics by J. Cerrone Smith. Karma Wears Versace by Rod Palmer. I Am the Unsettling Truth by T.H. Moore, and that's a really good one. Lies by the Gun by B. Reeds. Diabolical Tales of Woe by Erika Nicole Moore. Love Lies and Blood Ties by Courtney Marie. Who Are You Really by E.J. Holt. And Heartless by Brenda L. Thomas. And then Suicide Tuesday again by J. Cerrone Smith. And I've read all but I think 2 of those books. And they're all really good.
I really love how you're like, I just read all the books that I listed off, so you guys should go get them.
I read them for the show. So you know.
And I'm just kind of like, I saw it, and I know this person is black, so it could be good, so check it out. And then, like, this list, like I said, is from D.L. White, so I'm like, I didn't even actually look these up. She gave these to me, so...
Right. Listen. I read them for the show. It's not, I mean, I am a voracious reader, but it's slowed down a lot because of my podcast. But... So here's the synopsis.
Okay, so it's Jean, the Crunchier Way. Okay.
Jane Nicole. Jean Nicole. I need some cornbread, Jean Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay.
So side
Jean
note,
Nicole.
I know exactly what you meant because my dad is from the country and he has aunt, cousin, family. I don't know how she's related to us, but I know that she's family and I love her very much. So if she's watching this in the future, hi. And they're called Jean and George. And I was just like, I immediately knew what you were talking about. And the way my dad says it, like, y'all think I'm country, like it comes from someplace and he's countryer than I am. And he'll be like, Jean. And I'm just like, yes, that is exactly what I understand. Like, I know exactly how that's said.
Right. Oh, God. I can't.
So,
Okay.
Gotta address this before I forget. Y'all keep saying that I should write something happy, and you can best believe that if you're in the Discord, that I am absolutely working on something that is exactly that. It's lighthearted, and it's fun, and that's all it's gonna be. That's all it's gonna be. There's no messaging in it, because why do we need that? Hi. Black people exist just to exist, too. Just saying that. Like, white people get to exist just to exist, so, like, I don't understand why we can't have stories of black people exist just to exist. I'm just saying. Okay. On to the next book. Is it my turn?
Can you believe No, I didn't get to read Blackwater Tales.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You went on your tangents,
My bad.
ma'am. And just Eva, she up here now. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who says that I am the one. But the kid. No, okay. I told you I'm tired. And there's a mic here.
You know, it was so funny to me because I remember when I was like 13 and I realized what he was saying and I was like, oh, okay. He wrote a whole song about that, didn't he? Like,
He
I'm
did.
not the one. I don't know who. I don't know who you.
He's like,
what happened?
I
But
ain't your baby daddy.
no, not me. Not today.
Ain't me, bruh. It ain't me. It wasn't me.
Not I. Not I, said the blind man.
Okay. Blackwater Tales by Jean Nicole. Jean Nicole, this is your book. It's midnight when Regina Dean, she receives a harrowing phone call. On the other end of the line, a scratchy voice whispers, "They found her, Regina. They found her." Over the phone, Regina learns that the corpse of her best friend, Lola Rusher, has been found, and she must return to her godforsaken hometown of Blackwater for the funeral of the beloved girl who disappeared when they were both only 16 years old. Regina returns to Blackwater and is reunited with a cast of old friends. Soon, Regina realizes that the details revealed with the discovery of Lola's corpse do not make sense, especially the fact that Lola's body was dug up on the land of their childhood piano teacher. Determined to lay Lola to rest, Regina launches her own investigation, but someone in Blackwater warns Regina to stop digging. She is thrown into a race to solve the mystery before she loses her mind or meets Lola's fate. Though Regina's hometown is a funhouse of disturbing characters and distorted images, the truth about what happened to Lola Rusher will be revealed, along with a most unexpected and perverse secret that threatens to expose everyone in Blackwater. Everyone knows something, but no one knows everything. And I'm here to tell y'all that the book lives up to every last bit of that description.
Well,
like, there were left turns and stuff that I did not see coming at all, and jaw-dropping moments where I was just like, okay. So, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go pick that one up because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, all right.
It's like a series. There are a bunch of them in the series. So, Jean, if you want to drop your titles in the chat there and let people know what they are.
Yeah, for sure.
Please
And if you
do.
haven't, please submit them to the Melanin Library so that I can add them there so people can also check them out. But for sure, that sounds hella interesting. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm over here because see, here's the thing that I don't do normally. Normally, I don't have Amazon up while we're doing the chat because that's just like distracting. But I'm also like, ooh, I should just go ahead and add this to my cart really quick because I already have the link, so I can just do that, right? So, but also should probably run that by Ben first. So,
Yeah, you know.
You don't see the link to that one. What do you mean you don't see the link? Refresh the page, you guys, because I added the links kind of late. My bad. It's been a day. So refresh the page. And all the links should be in the description box. If it's still not there, let me know and I will make sure to add it.
Yes. And yes, Eva, that is Jean's book. I had her on my show last year. She's wonderful, and she is freaking hilarious with her TikTok videos. Like, I cannot drink coffee while I'm scrolling through my timeline because if I see something from her, it's guaranteed to be like coffee on my phone or on my computer. It's just, she's hilarious.
I second
and a
that.
damn good mystery writer and suspense writer. Damn good. Okay, Chelsea, your turn.
Okay, that's kind of enthusiastic.
Go, Chelsea, go.
Okay, my turn. So, I'm going to tell you guys about the three Mrs. Grays, okay? And I actually heard about this book, but I haven't read it. But I know someone mentioned it. I think it was Read Love Listen in an earlier comment said that the three Mrs. Grays was also worth recommending. But anyway, from Amazon, one wealthy businessman, a trio of unsuspecting wives, and an explosive turn of events. In this scandalous, twist-filled new series from Shelley Ellis, will too many secrets and one devastating bond unite three women or destroy them? Noelle, Diamond, Vanessa. Each woman believes she is Cyrus Gray's only wife until he's nearly shot to death. Now, as he lies in a coma, the deceptions keep coming, unraveling everything they thought they knew. Gorgeous model Noelle's marriage to Cyrus anchored her, though she couldn't understand why he wouldn't have a baby with her. They certainly had the money, But she's learning fast just how Cyrus became so rich thanks to his fatally attractive business partner. For Diamond, marrying Cyrus saved her from the streets and being a pimp's punching bag. But her past makes her the police's prime suspect in Cyrus's shooting. She's determined to get to the truth if she can survive long enough to tell it. Even with her beautiful house, 3 kids, and elegant lifestyle, Vanessa sensed something was wrong in her marriage. But she never expected this, or that taking a lover for comfort would change the game completely. With danger closing in, Cyrus's life hanging in the balance, and collateral damage threatening to take them all down, how far will each woman go to be the real Mrs. Gray?
I like that.
I'm amazed he's still in the coma and we all met each other. So he's not, like, we're not planning a funeral now? Like, what's he gonna do? Fight back?
Right. Yeah. I want to read that.
So, that sounds like a fight. Like, I feel like I'm gonna need him to wake up so we can fight. Like,
Right.
How dare you? Especially, like, the first wife. Like, really? Not only did you have, like, an affair, you had a whole nother wife. Like, you got married after we got married. That's so disrespectful, bruh.
Right.
That's so disrespectful.
I don't know. That sounds like a good one. I might have to get that one.
Yeah. For sure.
All right.
Okay.
So I've got Hood Politics by J. Cerrone Smith, and I actually wrote this synopsis, and he actually was impressed by it when I wrote it, so I'm going to read that.
Okay.
So it says, Black men being gunned down mercilessly in the streets. It's always chalked up to turf wars, street violence. But can the murders happening be explained away as turf wars? Or is there something much more sinister at play? A twisted tale of bad cops mistaken for good cops mistaken for bad, and a nefarious scheme of corruption that reaches all the way to the governor's office. It's just another day of killing black men for crooked cop Dick and his crew. It's another instance of good cops gone bad for internal affairs officers Nikki and Bathsheba. It's a dangerous game of exposing dirty cops for detectives Antoine and Rocky, who aren't exactly squeaky clean. It's life in the streets. It's every man for himself. It's kill or be killed. It's hood politics.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a really good one too. And there's a second one that just came out not too long ago, Hood Politics 2, and there's going to be a third one in the series, and they both end on such cliffhangers that it's just like, wow. So very, very good books, page turners.
And see, that's the thing with me. Like, I like to binge things. So, like, if it's a series, I'm the person where, unless I don't know it's a series when I go into it, like, I ain't gonna lie, Children of Blood and Bone got me because I thought it was a duology, and it's not. It's a trilogy. And I was like, oh, are you kidding me? For real? All right. So now I have to wait for the third book. But I'm the type of person where I want the entire series to be over because I just want to buy like 6 books at one time and then read them at my leisure. I don't want to have to wait because the way my attention span works, I'll forget. And then the like third or fourth book will come out and I'll be like, what happened in the other ones? And I'm like, I don't know. Am I going to go back and read it? Probably not. And then like, it's done. It's done. So, and also like cliffhangers. Cliffhangers bother me. Like, I know you need a cliffhanger to sell the next book, but also don't do that to me.
I know. Cliffhangers are, anybody that's been on my show that has written a cliffhanger knows that they just make me come undone because it's like, what? Wait, what?
Right.
And if the next book isn't there, like, I get so mad.
Right. And that's also why I hate watching things week to week. Like, I like to binge them all at one time. So,
LaCase! Hi, LaCase! Hey, girl!
LaCase is here. Patrick is here. Welcome, you guys.
Hi, Patrick!
So,
all right.
Also, slight plug, you guys, before we go on to the next thing. This is the last week to pre-order LaCase's book. If you want all the fun goodies that we have for you guys, you need to pre-order the book. Send it to Written to Melanin Pre-Order at gmail.com and buy the book. Or if you are cool with digital content, you can just buy it straight from us. It's $4 on our website, writtentomelanin.com. It's on the homepage. $4. You can support a black author, and you can buy her book. I really don't think there's a better deal out there. So, do that. Highly recommend. There's a link in the bio description. There's a link in the bio on my Instagram and Twitter, but also a link in the description box on this video. So, do that.
And I bought her ebook. I pre-bought the ebook, but I also pre-bought the hardcover copy, and it will be going in the box for Black Indie Author Week, the giveaway that I'm doing.
So check it out, you guys. And I actually have the book on my shelf, so it looks absolutely gorgeous. You know what? Audra, hold this down for a second. I'm going to go get my book.
Okay, I'm going to hold it down. So, y'all, Black Indie Author Week is coming up June 14th through June 19th. You can see that's my sign here that I had made, my poster. And it is on my Instagram page at Between the Reads Podcast. And I am still looking for editors, web designers, layout people, all of that. So go to my page and look it up and help me get people. And there it is. Look, it's so pretty. Across the Broken Tide.
This is
not just a pretty cover. It's a great book. It's a great book.
It is a great book. Like, look at it, you guys. It came out great. Okay, it's pretty. Even if you're not a reader, buy it for somebody who likes pretty art. Okay, it sits great on your shelf. Promise.
Right.
And it's just like it's a real book, you guys. So. Just
so
saying.
For you, LaCase.
Just saying that if you forgot, this is LaCase. She's on the inside cover. Okay.
Yeah.
So, get the book.
Get the book.
Yes. Also, if you're like one of those people who's like really fancy, we do have a tier on our Patreon where like if you sign up for it, you kind of get the book and the merch. So, but only if you sign up before May 31st at 11:59. So, there you go. All right. That being said, see how great this book is? This is also why you should read Black authors and indie authors, because this is an indie published book, you guys. So,
there you go. Indie published.
There.
Whoop, whoop. And LaCase was on my show, so if you want to hear more about the book and hear us banter, go to BetweenTheReads.com and look for her episode and listen.
And she will be back on the show on the Melanin Chat next week to celebrate her book launch. So, yay! Eva pre-ordered. Whoop whoop.
That's gonna be a fun show.
It is. It is. I love how Eva's just like $4, done. That's the kind of energy I need, Eva. That is the kind of energy we live for. Thank you,
Eva. Holding it down. Yes.
I'm just saying, like, you could get 2 orders of McDonald's fries, or you could get a book. I'm just saying, priorities. Priorities. And one you don't have to leave your house for. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
So.
And one expands your hips, and the other expands your mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One's going to give you cravings, one's going to give you knowledge.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
So, and for those of you who are new to the channel, if you don't know, Across the Broken Tide, the short version of it is it's based in 10th century Spain, and we have our main character, Dima, and she is taken from her home and must learn to control her powers and find a way back home and decide her own fate and take it into her own hands. LaCase, if you're still watching and you want to like drop your own little description, for sure check that out. Or you guys could just go to the website and read the description and the first chapter because it's there. Just throw that out there. And if you're part of the Patreon on any tier, you will get the first 3 chapters of the book tomorrow. Like, it's posted, it's scheduled, it's coming tomorrow. So, there you go.
There you go. Okay.
Now that we had that slight plug, so that you guys remember to go buy Across the Broken Tide by LaCase Cousineau. Mm-hmm. Next book. Is it my turn or your turn?
I don't know. Oh, no, I guess it's my turn. Okay. All right. Karma Wears Versace by Rod Palmer. And yeah, just Versace, because I'm country like that. Karma Wears Versace by Rod Palmer. This is Detective Sawyer's most difficult case, a double homicide where the act of murder is so subtle it could happen in public and no one would know it. Death doesn't come until 30 days later, after all physical evidence is vanished, where the victim falls ill to the irreversible effects of inflammation of the brain. Next, there's the question of how the motive of one killer possibly connects 2 victims from entirely different worlds, such as this white middle-class female med student and celebrity gangster rapper Kendall Trap Miller. Investigation zeroes in on a world-renowned doctor with both the motive and expertise to wield a biological agent. However, a monkey wrench is thrown in the case. Potential witnesses start dying seemingly for things they've done in the past. There are a few agents of karma present, and one comes after Sawyer. After a minor dust-up during the interrogation of curvy hip-hop vixen, that same curvy hip-hop vixen is out exacting revenge by way of seducing Sawyer's husband. Saving her marriage becomes more pressing than solving this case, but to accomplish either or both, Sawyer must face her demons.
Well then.
Well then.
Well then.
I can't with you.
I mean, what else am I supposed to say? Like, well, that seems like... Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind is anime. And so I was like, ooh, that sounds like the Death Note. That sounds dope. I'd probably read that.
He's a very good author. I had him on the show. He's very, very good.
Yeah. And then my second thought was, you said Versace, and I was like, and it made, immediately I thought of the the Kanye song where he was like, I don't even know how to pronounce none of this stuff. Pass me that Versace. That's what went through my mind. So.
Oh, Chelsea, I can't.
I mean, that's where my brain goes. But I was also listening to the description. I was just like, wow. Like, okay. Some of these stuff, like, this is part of the reason I don't read mystery. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm not smart enough to read it because I'm going to feel dumb if I get to the end and I was like, I didn't see that coming. And then I go through and all the clues are there and I'm like, I'm kind of dumb, ain't I? And it just does something to my pride.
I never see stuff coming. I just, because it goes in and out my brain too fast. So.
Yeah. I be missing the little stuff. Like, it was there. It was there.
Right.
Did you see it? And I'm like, I'm not Dora the Explorer. I did not. I missed all of it. Okay? They would have got me.
You're funny.
So.
I can't. Please stop. Oh, Chelsea, your turn.
Okay. All right, so my next book is Killing Me Softly by Bianca Sloan. And the back of the book reads, it starts with a phone call. Sandra Ellis's beautiful baby sister, Tracy, has disappeared during a jog along Chicago's snowy lakefront. She's even more devastated when Tracy's mangled body is found days later, the victim of a mugging gone wrong. A year later, Sandra continues to struggle with Tracy's death. Her trauma deepens when she discovers series of odd and unsettling cracks in her sister's seemingly perfect life. Puzzling messages, inexplicable meetings, and secrets and lies at every turn. As Sandra continues to dig into the mystery of what happened to her sister, she has no idea she's on her own collision course with life and death. For fans of Patricia Highsmith, Mary Higgins Clark, and Alfred Hitchcock, Killing Me Softly is a page-turning psychological thriller that will keep you up long past your bedtime. So, there you go.
Nice.
And just so you know, I don't know if this is like a promotion or whatever, but I'm looking at it on Amazon right now. It's not in Kindle Unlimited, but it is free on Kindle if you buy it today. So,
oh wow, cool.
There you go.
Free is always good.
Yeah, free and under. Free and under.
That's what could come under free, Chelsea. I can't stand you.
Under free is you pay me to do a thing. Free and under. Like, that's the only thing that makes free better. Like, it's free,
okay,
and you're paying me to do this. Fantastic.
Okay. My next book is I Am the Unsettling Truth by T.H. Moore, and this brother's book is deep, and I believe that he was on my show right around the time where George Floyd was murdered. And it's a really good book. So it says, I Am follows a young, successful African-American couple, Police Sergeant Xavier and trauma surgeon Sandy, who are forced to pick up the pieces of their marriage after the violent loss of their young godson at the hands of a local policeman. The couple's tragic loss sparks not only their community's anger, but also the rage of a vigilante. Nationwide killing spree ensues, targeting corrupt police officers, beginning in Texas, and spreads to the nation's capital in Washington, D.C., where a suspect is ultimately charged. The burden of justice falls upon a D.C. jury who must deliver the country from the brink of anarchy. Yet, regardless of their verdict, America will never be the same. Y'all, when I read this book, it was very therapeutic for me because of the whole, George Floyd was like, you know, he
Mm-hmm.
was one in a string of just heinous murders of, black men and women by cops. So it was very cathartic to read. And that's all that I'll say. And there are twists in there that you just do not expect coming. And go look him up on my page, betweenthereads.com, because his show is really good, and we actually did a scene, like we read a scene from his book where we role played. So but the book is very, very powerful, and it speaks to a lot of the issues surrounding police brutality. So it was very, very good, very, very good.
Mm.
And that's also going to be in my a giveaway for Indie Author Week, Black Indie Author Week too.
So if you guys haven't peeped Black Indie Author Week, you should definitely be following her on Instagram so that you can take part in it. So,
Yes.
just throwing that out there. I also had another thought, but I think it left me.
It fly away. It went out the window behind
It's gone. It's gone. I don't know what I was gonna say at this point. But just so you guys know, I tested it out for you since I was already on Amazon, and the book is actually like free, like just free, like 0.00. So if you're watching this, please click the link and get the book, right? Because like free is free, and we enjoy free around these parts. Free. Did I mention it's free?
We do.
Okay. Also free. If you haven't liked the stream already, you can do that too. So also, if you have $1 to spare, you can also sign up for our Patreon, because we do have a $1 tier, $3 as well. $5 gets you into the after chat and a bunch of other cool stuff. So I'm just throwing that out there if you not into free. Just saying. Okay. That being said, next book up for me is Chocolate Covered Murder. This one is a novella, and it is a cozy mystery, and it's actually an entire series of holiday shorts by Nicole Rise. I want to say it looks like Rise to me, Ryse. It could be Reese, it could be Rise. It depends on how you pronounce your Y's, when it's a vowel or not. So whatever makes you happy, right? But I had a point and it left me. God dang it.
You were talking about the author and the book.
I don't know. It looks cute. It's a really cute thing. All of the series are themed around certain holidays. So you got Valentine's Day, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas. I think that's all of them because there are 5. So, yeah. And I think this author actually writes longer ones, because it says this is a Valentine's Day themed novella. So for longer mysteries, try other works by Nicole Rise. So there you go. But for Chocolate Covered Murder, here's the synopsis. True crime addict Brianna Coleman wants nothing to do with Valentine's Day. But when her best friend comes down with the flu and can't attend Single and Sexy, the city's most romantic Valentine's Day weekend getaway, she agrees to go in her place. Nate Harrington couldn't care less about Valentine's Day, especially when his grandmother is dying of cancer. Her nurse switches her Single and Sexy ticket to his name in hopes that spending time outside the hospital will distract him from his problems. When a blizzard blows in, trapping Nate and Brianna inside the luxurious P Hotel, their weekend gets a little more sexy. And when a body turns up, things get a little sinister. Can Brianna solve the crime and get the guy before the killer gets away? Can she? Can she?
Will she?
Yeah. I love how, Single and Sexy is supposed to be, a romantic Valentine's Day thing, but also Valentine's Day is, for couples, so I love how that's spun.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Not the after chat. How are y'all so... I'm done.
Christine, and the after chat is usually fun. There's no after chat this week, but it is a lot of fun, so... $5 gets you in, and we talk about, I call it the Melanin Chat, uncensored, one of them things.
Yeah, unfiltered, uncensored. Technically, It's both. And if you do pay the $5, even though there's not an after chat this week, you do get access to all the previous after chats. Mm-hmm. So those are fun too, and there are a couple of people in here who can vouch for us. We have a good time, right? Yeah. Right. Also, gotta ask you guys, how many of you guys knew that I was a teacher before I started Written in Melanin? Because Audra swears up and down that I have never mentioned this on the chat before. So how many of you guys knew that? Just would love to know. If you didn't, that's fine. That's on me. I apparently made up a whole alternate universe in my head that I live in concurrently with this one. So, just throwing that out there. Please let me know if you knew this information. So yeah.
I am sorry. Listen, y'all. Listen. Okay? I had to take my husband to the hospital last night. I have had exactly like 1 hour sleep. I do not, and I texted her this morning, was like, listen, I'm going to be in the after chat, but I'm not going to be in early like we were going to do, because we were going to do some brainstorming, and I told her what was going on, and she was like, she thought I didn't like coffee, and I was like, the hell you talking about?
Okay, you don't like wine.
Right. So then she was like, well, you forgot I was a teacher. I was like, Chelsea, I have no recollection of these things. Like, it's a whole alternate, like, parallel universe that you have made this up, because I don't remember any. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, apparently it's not you. Like, Eva heard me talk about it before. But this woman of color reader says she only heard me say it the other day. I'm assuming on Twitter. And then Portia knew, but not from the chat. But Celeste was also like, she knew. So I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've mentioned this several times, that before I was a writer.
I don't think you have. I'm just saying. The case said that you have talked about drop kicking children before, hypothetically.
I'm just saying, like, that is the origin story of Written in Melanin. In case you guys didn't know, before I was a writer, before I decided to do this, I was a teacher, and I hated it. All the stories about children and about them pooping on the floor and doing backflips and the terrible principal that I had who made my life hell, that was not theoretical. That was all very real things. Like, I really was a teacher in the second grade, and I had a kid who pooped on himself for attention and who screamed all the time, and I had kids who fought with each other constantly. And I'll
see. Celeste says that you mentioned it in the sprints.
Okay.
See.
Okay.
Not always in the sprints.
Okay. Eva said that you told stories from the perception of a teacher. Not sure you include it on your list of credits when you intro. I really don't, but I did hate being a teacher. So, okay, I will give you a pass. But I do talk about children all the time, the experiences that I went through. So I still don't give you a pass for that, because I know for a fact that I told you about the kid who pooped on himself like 2 after chats ago.
I have no recollection of this poop story, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back to the after chat, because apparently I'm living in an alternate universe that nobody else is in. And I'm really impressed with myself and the level of detail there, but still. See? 26 kid in 11 fight. I know I mentioned that before. Because it was miserable. It was absolutely miserable. But also, much respect to the teachers, because Mickey says she's a teacher, and I respect that. And it was just like, yeah, no, like, I was a teacher. I taught for like a year and some change, almost 2 years, year and a half. And I taught 6th grade, 4th grade, and 2nd grade at 3 different schools. And it was...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was miserable. It was miserable. I hated it. That was not my calling. It was not my calling. And...
The bass in her voice. It's miserable.
And my principal hated me because I was a happy human being. And
oh, wow.
Literally the first day, like, she just had it out for me. Like, I had not been in my class for a month, and she decided to evaluate me for, like, the entire year. And she'd only known me for, like, 15 days. And then she told me I was a terrible teacher. And then she put me on a remedial plan. So I was in my 2nd year teaching. I had to go to all the 1st year teaching things. And then she started giving me like, hi, I need a paper from you about how to be a better teacher by like Friday at 4:00. And I'm like, so when am I supposed to do this? And she was like, oh, I don't know. Pull time out of your ass, I guess. And I was just like, would love to. And then she was like, oh yeah, by the way, I need you to call all 26 of your parents today. And I was like, baby, do you know what you're asking me?
Like, no.
It was miserable. And that's not even the worst of all of it. It just, like, deteriorated downhill. Like, I think I told this, but, like, I had a kid bring a knife to school, and she told me it was my fault for classroom management. Like, it's my fault that a kid, a 2nd grader, brought a knife to school, and then a different 2nd grader sexually assaulted one of my students, right? That's my fault. And I'm like, okay, would love to know how you spun that. But then when I asked her for help, she was like, I don't know. Good luck. And I was just like, okay. Alrighty. So, all that to say that I quit, and then I was like, you know what, this writing thing needs to work out, because if it doesn't, I have to go back to teaching, and God forbid that ever happens, because...
She posted a whole tweet saying that she had a nightmare. She was back teaching, and she was like, I gotta get some ideas.
Like, y'all don't know. Like, legit, after I quit, Ben can tell you, Ben can vouch for me. I wrote my first book in, like, legit 4 weeks after I quit, because I was like, no, baby, I ain't going back. I refuse. I rebuke thee in the name of Jesus. No way. Ain't happening. Not in this lifetime. No. So that's why I was like, and I had a nightmare. Legit had a nightmare. Woke up sweating, my heart beating all fast, like, oh, Jesus. And it was just like, oh, okay, I'm not a teacher anymore. I don't have to go to school. I don't have to go to school today. And it was just like, oh, God, I'm free. Never again, baby. Never again. And I was telling Audra before we got on the stream, the only thing that tops that nightmare is the one about the spiders. And baby, that one literally wakes me up screaming. Okay? Like, I'll be looking at Ben, and he'd be like, what's going on? I was like, there are spiders. And he was like, there are no spiders, Chelsea. I don't see them. I was like, they're clearly there. They're clearly there. I live in an alternate universe that nobody else knows exists, apparently, because I see them. And I'm terrified. So, it's just a really negative experience all the way around. But just so you know, I would rather be locked in a room with spiders than have to go back to teaching. And that should tell you a lot about me if you know anything about me.
Yeah, because she hates spiders, y'all. So, fact is, she'd rather be with some spiders than teach.
Lock me in a room with them, okay? We're gonna be friends, all right? Me and the little 8-legged nightmare freaks, okay? We're gonna be friends. Best of friends. I'm gonna name them, gonna feed them, okay? Do not put me in the classroom with 26 children ever again and be like, you're the adult. You're responsible. Absolutely
making
not.
Me glisten. I'm laughing so much. I'm glistening. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm just saying. And for Mickey, she was the principal. Like, she was the highest authority at the school telling me this stuff.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
It needs to be a book. The case is right. You need to write a book.
Baby, I have to relive it to write a book, so I'm gonna just write a book about other stuff. Happy stuff, remember? Happy thing.
Oh, God. I can't. All right, so we're coming up on an hour.
Not even making fun of me.
Living in your phobia, why people say you're hallucinating. She said taking notes.
Y'all laughing, but I'm dead serious.
I mean, you know, you did think that you told everybody you were a teacher, and like.
But like I did, it just wasn't on the chat, and I know I told you before because I talk to you all the time. So there's still no pass for that.
I do not recall this detail, ma'am.
I'm just saying it existed, and I'm not making that up, and I'm not gonna claim that I'm making that up because I'm not. I told you for sure, because like even everybody else was like, I don't know if you mentioned it on the chat, but you definitely mentioned it somewhere else, and I talked to you enough to know that you were somewhere else when I mentioned it.
Listen, there are a lot of somewhere else's, and I may not have been at all of those somewhere else's. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Look, I'm gonna look for receipts. Let me find one, and I'm gonna send it to you. It's gonna be the dead of night too. So I'll text you at 3 a.m. and be like, Audra, I found the receipt. See, you better remember this conversation from 3 months ago, huh?
How could you prove that was me, though?
I mean, honestly, you know, text messages have timestamps and who they go to.
But how do you know that I was the person responding?
You know what? Are we gonna really? That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Okay.
I love each other. She said, "All right, you know that's what we're gonna do." I feel like if I was in Chelsea's presence right now, I get a whole ass whooping.
I'm just saying. Okay, so since the case brought it up, yes, I did hallucinate a monkey once, and. It was the monkey was terrible, okay? But I should lead into this like this is not a normal day in the life for me. I had surgery and I was on pain meds that I was allergic to, okay? So while I was on said pain meds that I was highly allergic to, I saw things that I did not realize were not in this dimension. Okay, they were all in my head. So I imagined that my bed was a train and we were just casually moving around the room, and I didn't realize that it wasn't happening. And then at some point, I was sitting next to Ben on our couch, and I started freaking out because I saw a monkey, and it was angry, and it was attacking me, and Ben was just casually sitting beside me, and he is my protector. And I was like, why are you not doing anything? Do you not see this? And he was like, what do you want me to do? It's not there. And I was like, the shit is right there. What do you mean? What do you mean? And he was like, and so he's like swinging at air, trying to make me feel better. It's not facing the monkey. The monkey's still angry and trying to kill me. I'm freaking out. He's confused. It's a really bad scenario all the way around. And then we call the doctor. She's like, oh, she's hallucinating. You should probably stop giving her that. So that's how I found out I was allergic to Tylenol, 3 or 4, whatever number it is. So if I have to have surgery, they have to give me hydrocodone. Otherwise, I start seeing things. And they get progressively worse the longer I take it. Because the train wasn't bad. The little train bed wasn't bad. I just thought this was fun. And then it elevated. So. So, yeah.
And Eva, I see you throw a shade over here talking about Audra finds out that Chelsea has a book releasing in November. Ha! Ha! Listen. I do not remember this teacher thing, but I know about the book because I had her on my show.
I'm just saying. I know I mention this all the time. I know I mention it all the time. Whenever children come up, I'm like, cringe. It doesn't come from my innate dislike of children. It comes from a very traumatic experience.
Oh, God.
So, even said I once thought my mom's dog was a raccoon as it ran towards me. I freaked out thinking a raccoon was charging me. I was sober, so I mean.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness.
So there you go, guys. That is my hallucination moment. That was when I was actually hallucinating. I actually did tell you guys about teaching, and if not, I told you today. So there is that.
I will never forget again, ma'am. Ever. Ever.
Thank you.
Ever.
So, if you guys would like to know more interesting things, sign up for the Patreon because we definitely talk about them there. And you know what? Maybe, Audra, I know I talked about it with LaCase, but that might have been before you were watching the show, before I actually met you. But I know I told you, though, so I'm still not letting you off the hook for that. I know I told you.
You keep circling back to that. No, ma'am.
Yeah,
no, ma'am.
I did. But anyway. Anyway, you guys, we are up on an hour. We are not going to keep you. So that is it for this chat. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream. Subscribe to the channel because, we more than halfway there to getting monetized, you guys. Just saying.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so that you do not miss the Melanin Chat next week. Because, like I said, LaCase is coming back. We're going to be celebrating her book launch of Across the Broken Tide. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. So you're definitely going to want to be here for that because we're all three going to be together and y'all don't know how much of a good time that's going to be. That being said, also pre-order her book. I was totally serious about that. $4 in writteninmelanin.com. All that money comes straight to us, so you will be supporting Written in Melanin, the Melanin Library, LaCase Cousineau, Chelsea C.M. Lockhart, all of it. Support Black authors, okay? $4 for great things to support. I'm just saying. There are things that your money could go to, and it could be that. Also, sign up for the Patreon.
That Chelsea's talking like the little man at the end of the commercial that reads all the side effects, like real fast.
I honestly thought that was going to be my profession at one point in my life. Like, for real. I was going to be that person until I realized that they're just reading it and then playing it super fast.
Oh, wait, they really? Okay.
Yes, no one talks that fast.
I didn't know that. I thought they had people with a special skill. Whoopsie. Okay.
Yes, Patrick, Written in Melanin, it's a pre-order for the ebook if you get it through Written in Melanin. If you want the physical copy, you have to order it from a retailer. It's available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, I think. It's available at all major retailers. You can also request it from an indie bookstore as long as they order from the Ingram Spark catalog. So, get it wherever you feel like it. But also, if you want to support us directly, and you do ebooks, just get the ebook from us. It's also $1 cheaper if you order it from us directly than if you order it from, like, say, Barnes & Noble. So, just throwing that out there.
Yes.
I think, yeah, I think that is everything. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been fun. There are links to everything down in the description box below. Also, be sure to check out DL White, because she is the GOAT for coming up with all these books that I mentioned to you. So be sure to check her out. Her books are amazing. I personally have the Never List, and you guys, when I tell you it is something definitely worth picking up and worth reading, you will not waste your money, okay? You will not buy the book.
And the Never List is also going into my giveaway box.
So, I mean, like, honestly, y'all have so many books to choose from at this point. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do. If you don't support Black authors after being here for this entire time, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do. Get your life. So, that's it. You guys are amazing. And we're going to go. So, until next time, you guys, we hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Buy the books! Bye!